Hello there, back again, Angry Watchman. Hopefully with a shorter video today. I was going to do a reply video to this video that he did, Leo versus Globe Doctor. However, essentially this is a video where he thinks he's smarter and more informed than an individual who's got a doctorate in astronomy. And it's essentially he completely discredits, ridicules, mocks an entire field of science, which is astronomy, mainly because he doesn't understand it and has no interest in it. That's just LEO in a nutshell, right? But the only trouble is I got to about halfway through his video and my video was already about 20 minutes long, so I decided to give up on that. So I decided to do this one instead that he's just released, and the guy's getting hundreds of new subscribers. It's mind-blowing to me. Like, he's got 200 more subscribers than he did like yesterday. Probably because of his coronavirus stuff. But hey, now this video has led me to believe that he doesn't actually care about what he's talking about whatsoever. So so this is a video where he looks at, I believe, the Apollo 17 mission. It says right there. And essentially, again, it's more claims of fakery, more claims of models, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, let's just dig right in and see all the crap that he's talking about here. By the way, don't get triggered by anyone who hates tabs. Those are there for a reason. Hopefully, when I get used to the editing software that I've got and I get a new microphone, videos will start being a little bit different.
Today we're going old school NASA, courtesy of the Apollo 17 pantomime.
Oh, for God's sake, I hate when he uses the word pantomime. Only pantomime here is you, dude, honestly.
Essentially, first up we get to see a very well done fraudulent globe Earth.
How is it fraudulent? Are you going to provide any evidence? Of course not.
The camera then comes left, and then we get to see in all its glory a right toe-to-toe battle as the NASA Models Department go head-to-head against the NASA's Special Effects Department, as we get space debris going straight through and coming out the other side of the spacecraft.
We actually don't, but his logic here is very weak, but never mind.
As the Models Department go head-to-head with the Special Effects, and it would seem the...
What do you mean head-to-head? You mean they work together?
Special Effects Department didn't have a Scooby-Doo about the fact that there was a model in its supposed space, as the
Do shut up.
space debris flew straight through the NASA spacecraft.
No, it doesn't.
Very strange. So let's have a look.
Skip ahead here for a second. I think he doesn't get to the bit until about here.
Quite impressive.
Well, it is, because the fact it's an actual photo.
Obviously nothing's moving because it's a photograph.
Why should it be moving? This again, it's the concept. How fast do you think those clouds are meant to move, dude? You do understand that in this sort of image, judging by the scale of it, if those, within the time that this thing pans across, if these clouds moved, let's say, to accordance to your computer screen, if these clouds moved like an inch, that means they'd be moving about 1,000 miles an hour. Probably more than that. So yeah, I've been over that subject before. Due to the distance that you're at and the size of these things and the scale, no, they don't move as fast as you think they're supposed to move. Oh God, that annoying chuckle.
But then it comes straight to this wonderful pantomime.
What's wrong with it?
The Special Effects Department go toe-to-toe with the Models Department. As it would seem, the space debris doesn't have a clue as to where the spacecraft is, as in a lot...
Again, you're making no sense. What the hell is going on here makes you suggest that?
In a lot of cases, it goes straight through the spacecraft.
No, it doesn't.
Very strange.
Everything's strange to you because you understand jack shit.
We'll stop it in a minute. You'll see quite a few instances of the supposed debris going through, but we're going to stop it very shortly. There's some bizarre movement, and of course, as this thing gets closer to us, we're
There's no bizarre movement. It's just movement.
going to have a quick look at the build quality.
Oh yes, because you can see a lot. You can make out a lot of things about build quality from this image, can't you? You're an expert on build quality, aren't you?
Absolutely shocking again. Weird.
What shocking!
What happened then? What was that all about? Did they hit warp drive? Very strange stuff.
What's strange? Do you actually know what's going on here?
And of course, as this pantomime prop gets nearer, we can start to see the build quality, which essentially is, when you look at it, it's a hula hoop, some tin
Oh, good grief.
foil, some alley, some curtain rods, a cooking pot, some baking paper, and some plastic wine glasses,
Where the hell did he see that?
and you're somewhere near it. Maybe a couple of lolly sticks or something to hold it up and wave it about as it's supposedly in space. That's essentially what we're seeing here. Terrible stuff.
No. And this is my argument, right? Have you actually bothered to look on what this thing is, how it's made, what it's made of, why it's made of, what it's made of? Have you actually? But this is why my problem is with you is this: you don't actually care about what you're talking about, do you? All you care about is just blabbering a load of shit and hoping that your comment section agree with you, which it's amazing that they do. I mean, look, I can't understand people when they first show and they simply can't believe what they're seeing because I first saw the Moonlander in fine detail, all the masking tape covered and stuff. You need to understand what all that is, right? In terms of what's going on here, I've got a quick video that I found thing, but I don't think it's based on Apollo 17. It might be based on Apollo 11 instead. And it sort of just is what you see, because this is the top end of the lunar lander. And they're about to... Now this little video I found here sort of shows what's going on.
Module pilot would first separate this spacecraft using the small thrust rockets because if he had burned the main engine he would have fried the lunar module. To bring it around and then turn around, going very slowly and carefully, traveling less than a foot a second, he would guide the command module to the lunar module's docking port, connect the two spacecraft, and then draw the lunar module out. This docked configuration was then ready to go to the moon. But what's
There we go. That's a quick and simple sort of explanation there. Now in terms of what this thing is, well, have you actually bothered to look at what it's made of? So here where all my tabs come in. So here's like at the core of the lunar lander. So obviously that bit you saw there is looking down on the top bit here. So here's the window, here's the hatches and everything that will have doors and things. I mean, this is quite a solid shell. This is like, basically, this is what, you know, stands up to the immense pressures. Then here we go, here's like more bits come on, and then here's like, you know, sealant, filler, pipes that have, you know, the aluminum foil on for heat radiation and all this kind of stuff. And then, you know, these bits and bobs here. Here's another one with bits more added on. Here's like more of the aluminum piping and things like that. Right. Here's more. Now this has got the foil material on it, because basically this foil material essentially maximizes heat radiation and minimizes heat absorption. Because out in space, it's all about radiation and how things are heated up. Basically, they need to dissipate heat as fast as they absorb it, otherwise the spacecraft will melt, which is why they have all this on. Well, I'm assuming that it melts anyway. And I like this thing. Here's where the lunar rover is being folded up and placed on its side. Here's a better side picture of it. So that's when it's thinged up on its side. Now here are the little RC thrusters, RCS little thrusters that do all the steering and manoeuvring that's being shown in this picture. So this is probably what's causing a lot of the turbulence that you probably see here. This is what's pushing, in many respects, you know, bits and bobs out of the way. There could be many different reasons why the some of the debris is moving in different directions. right? So this is the material. So it's like a massive. It's not just one like layer of tinfoil, as many flat earthers like to jokingly claim. It's like quite a few different type of things. Different. It's not just tinfoil. It's different types of. Gold is an amazing reflector of heat, incredible reflector of heat, which is why they use it so much. I believe the McLaren F1 sports car had it in its engine bay. And here's like the struts and everything that make up the actual landing struts. And then here is those things, that big ball thing that looks like it's the aerosol fuel, the water underneath here. There's fuel, water oxidizer, thermal shield that goes around here. I can talk about this all day. Let's go back to his crappy little video.
I mean, look at the state of it now.
What's wrong with it? That's again, you don't. If this is supposed to be fake to you, what's it meant to look like then?
Right, let me pause it here because I want to show you an image. Essentially, where this supposed space debris starts.
Let's
know of where the space debris is going to.
So essentially, now he thinks there's a debris thing here that sort of defies whatever.
Start from, okay, with that little dot, you can see it. Essentially, he's now going to come down towards its right-hand side, down and right, okay. It even changes direction, and it goes straight through the outer frame of the LEM.
Or how about this? It actually goes above the outer frame, you cretin.
So let's have a look.
Are the concepts of the third dimension lost to you, or what?
Okay, remember where that starts from. That bit of space debris, okay? Get ready. There's one bit above it coming in, and get ready for it just to appear out of nowhere. There it comes. Changes direction again, comes through.
So then there's probably reasons for that, because it just passed in front of some thrusters and bits and bobs. There's different probably, gases, things being released out of the module here that are probably pushing it in different directions.
I go straight through the outer ring of the spacecraft. I go straight through.
No, if you pause here, there, it's above it, you moron. It passes above it.
I go straight through the outer ring of the spacecraft. Let's bring it back a touch more. It would seem the special effects department didn't give a flying fuck.
No, it seems that you are a complete moron that actually doesn't care about what he's talking about at all, and you just literally just push out content and hoping that your comment section basically believe you.
About the models department here. As in this toe-to-toe battle, the curtain rods, the baking paper.
Oh, good grief, such an arrogant ass.
Hula hoops and the tinfoil crew have come unstuck courtesy of the NASA Special Effects Department here, who clearly didn't care.
Basically, dude, this is the top end of the lunar module, of the lunar lander, right? What you're seeing, what the vantage point that we're getting is from the command module redocking up with it, right? And this bit here, the top, that's probably poking above this cylindrical shape here. That's probably poking above it by a good fair few feet.
About how bad this would look in later years. So let's have a look at this supposed space debris fly straight through this spacecraft of NASA's. Here it comes. Here it comes again, changes direction, goes straight through the outer rim of the craft. Very strange. And while
No, it goes above it.
I have no idea what that orange ring is there in the middle there. Again, very strange.
So you're actually not going to care about what that is then? No research done? No? Nothing? No? Just say everything's strange. But the thing is, dude, you find everything strange because you just don't care about anything that sort of subverts your simple concepts of reality.
Fraudulent globe pictures.
You gave no evidence. You gave no reasons to why it was fake, even though it isn't.
Supposed moon LEMs that have got the build quality of something that would come off Blue Peter.
No, please understand how it's made and why it looks the way it does.
A special effects department that really doesn't care as far as collaborating
No, because your concept of the third dimension seems to be entirely fucked up.
with the models department. Essentially, we get to see the moon landing for what it is. Nothing more than a daft pantomime to get you to believe that you live on a cannonball
The only daft pantomime here, dude, is you, to be quite honest with you, because you're clearly just making shit up here. You're grasping at straws.
flying through a vacuum. Clearly absurd, just like the footage, just like the claims of people being upside down in relation to me
That again.
on a ball. Absurd, backed up by models, Jason and the Argonaut style special effects going head to head with the NASA model department. Clearly ridiculous.
No, the only thing here, dude, that's clearly ridiculous is you. You are a goddamn joke. You really are. Alright, there we go. That is a tidy length video, and I'm going to leave it there. Hope everyone's doing alright, and I hope to see you again. Have a nice evening.